How different is this atmosphere and how loud is it?
I think it's different. I think it's the loudest atmosphere that we'll see this year probably. I just always remember, people talk about what's the craziest stadium to play in. I always say LSU right off the bat. So night game in Death Valley, you can't beat it. Top 5 matchup. It'll be a fun game.
Okay, so how different is it to you now as a center versus being a guard?
Making calls, having to kind of we're gonna have to mouth things, kind of read lips. I remember always having to do that. You're just kind of getting the gist of what the center's saying. You're not really hearing everything, and just kind of knowing just the guy next to you, what he's thinking, and sometimes you're not going to be able to hear the call. Just doing that and just hearing the quarterback and all the changes that we have to do with that too. So just working through that this week.
You made the 14 trip too, right?
Yeah.
Just how do those two compare? I mean, you got one game going to overtime, another game sort of going to the fourth quarter 0-0. Just what do you remember about the two contrasting styles?
Just all the emotions that come with that, style of game. There's so much on the line when this game comes around as far as the implication of the whole season. So I think that just you go from, well, if we win this game, what's possible, but sometimes you have some doubts during the game. I remember during 14, 16 too. You're like, well, if we lose this game, where do we go from here? So things didn't look too good in 14. TJ fumbled the ball and whatever, and we got to stop. But you're just kind of thinking in the back of your head, well, where do we go from here? We're going to miss the playoffs and this and that. So, but yeah, it's just expect that's going to be a roller coaster of emotions going down to Death Valley.
It's rare to hear you guys be that honest about actually thinking that during the game. So how do you manage that?
Well, I think more. I was thinking it because it was my first year there. I was redshirting, so I was just kind of almost like a spectator the whole season. So I was definitely more into that. I think when you're playing, you don't think about it as much. You're just kind of thinking, all right, what's my job? Keep moving forward regardless of what the circumstance is. So I'd say that was a little different in 14 for me. So that was kind of more of that. But in 16 when we won 10-0, I think it was, I wasn't thinking that as much.
You were here for the unveiling, I guess, of the first playoff rankings ever. What was that like? Do you remember what it was like just to watch that for the first time?
It was cool. I mean, you didn't really know what it was going to be like, so everyone was watching the TV and just seeing them talk about it and all this stuff. So it was cool. At the same time, it was I remember Mississippi State was #1 or something earlier on. I remember, so a lot of things can change, and the earlier ones on are just kind of starting point throughout the whole season. Crazy season. November's a big month for us, so a lot to.
Does that add? I mean, when you have been #1 in the past, you've been other top 5 or whatever. How much does having that whole setup, the primetime thing, unveiling on TV, how much do you feel like that even puts a target on your back?
I mean, I think there's no secret, around here. We've had a lot of success in the past, but that doesn't guarantee success in the future. And we know what we have ahead of us as a team. This month, just the games that we've got will be the biggest challenges for this team so far. So I don't think we really take too much stock into that. And I think that we just kind of put our heads down and just go to work. And regardless of what ESPN says or the rankings and all that stuff, we know what we have to accomplish and all the work that we have left to be able to be where we want to be at the end of the season.
It's not often that you can clinch the division, I guess, this early, and you can clinch it against LSU. Is that something you guys talk about, or does that add any extra emphasis?
I actually just found that out today. I was just eating lunch and saw it on ESPN, if they would clinch the West if they win this game, which, is, like I said, just one step towards the ultimate goal. But yeah, this just adds to this game. They're going to give us their best shot, and we're going to have to be ready for it. So, but I mean, like I said, being calm under fire and just going forward and doing your job, things will take care of themselves.
Just from your view, how have you seen Mac Wilson and Dylan Moses both improve at inside linebacker?
I just think, communication-wise, I think just being at the linebacker position, just being the center quarterback of the defense, just kind of getting everyone on the same page. So I think as the defense has grown, so have they. So I mean, earlier on there was some, communication deals and stuff like that, and just new defensive coordinator, new linebackers, just a kind of a whole new defense, it seemed like. So I think that as the defense has grown, so have they, and that was probably one of the main reasons as well.
Death Valley is obviously one of the tougher environments to play in the country, but what have you seen out of this year, to confidence-wise, for you to know that he can handle that crazy atmosphere on the road?
I think, I mean, no stage is too big for him. I mean, for him to come in as a true freshman in the national championship game last year just kind of proved that situation. I mean, that was as hard of thing to step into as you possibly could probably do. So I mean, for him to go out and execute like the way that he did, we've got complete confidence in him. And I just think that the way that we prepare throughout the week and the pressure that the coaching staff puts on us during practice really just kind of propels us into the game to where they want to make things easier in the game. So we're not just bullets are flying, live bullets. So I mean, they do a really good job at that.
With the knowledge that a player of Devin White's caliber is not going to be out there in the first half, does that elevate the intention to kind of score early and build a lead at all, or is that just? I mean,
we're going to play regardless of who's out there, and I mean, too bad for him, but we're still going to go out there and do our jobs and not really take too much stock, like I said, of who's out there. Game plan's still going to stay the same. So.
Are y'all going to watch the ranking show tonight?
What time is that?
6.
6. I'll probably still be here at that time, so I'm sure we'll see it on Twitter and whatnot, people discussing that, but it's not going to define the outcome come Saturday night, whether we're ranked 1 or 10, so whatever.
All right, thanks, Ross.
Appreciate it.